Today we're going to go over episode 3 in our newborn health series. We're going to talk about some activities that you could be doing with your baby starting right now on day 1 to help ensure their success throughout their lives. Let's get started. The number one activity that we love to talk to parents about is you must talk to your baby. I've had patients who've come in and their children are not speaking yet and they're 4 and 5 years old. I'm like, oh, how often do they watch screens? How often are we talking to them throughout the day? And they're like, oh, I'm supposed to talk to my baby. So I want to make sure that every parent knows that you're supposed to be speaking to your baby. That's how they acquire language and how their brains develop. The more words that they have in their vocabulary by age 3 years old is linked with how successful they are in 3rd grade, which is linked with how successful they are in life. So it all starts now. And we talk to them, it's not just words at them, it's prompting them with questions. Similarly, when you read books to them, which we also love to do every single day, reading is so important. When you read to them from a book, it's not just the words that are on the page, y'all. It's, oh, what color do you think this is? Goo goo gaga? That's right, it is green. Oh, you're so smart. It's gonna feel a little loony to start, but it's gonna help your child immensely. A question I have is, do you all watch sports? Grand. We also call it sports casting. You know how the commentators are just like saying the same things that we're seeing? They're like, this guy passed the ball, this guy, she goes for the shot, yay! They're just saying the same things that we're seeing, but reinforcing it with words. We have to do that for our babies. So, sweetheart, we're here in the hospital. We love you a lot. The doctor keeps coming in and they're doing vital checks on you and they're really bothering all of us and we're all trying to sleep, but we're all a little sleep deprived. We are gonna go home soon. We're gonna be making spaghetti and meatballs. We're gonna be at the park. That's a squirrel. That's a tree. That's the sun. You have to use words to help reinforce what's going on in their environment. So feel welcome to narrate your life. Tell them about your favorite book, your favorite movie, your favorite song. Let them listen to music. Also, if you speak more than one language at home, this is a common question. It does not confuse the baby. Babies can discern between different languages. They're supercomputers, so please speak more than one language to them because that's also helpful for their brains to develop. And similarly, when you talk to them, that's helping them acquire one developmental milestone, which is speech. Another developmental milestone, and the second activity I want to talk to you about is tummy time. Tummy time is an activity that's going to help your baby strengthen their neck and upper back muscles. Now, how are you going to do that? Well, we typically say every time you're going to change your baby's diaper, they're already naked, give them a nice clean spanking diaper, and then put them on their belly. I'm going to demonstrate it for you. You're going to put them on their belly, and then you put their hands near their side, kind of like they're the Sphinx, and you come and talk to them near their face. So, and you're giving them the impetus to try to use their hands and to lift their neck and upper back, to try to lift up. The reason I like to encourage parents to do this when the baby is naked and during the diaper change is, 1, you always remember to do it with every diaper change so it's linked to another activity that you have to do, and 2, when they're naked, you can see their breathing rate. If you find that by 3 seconds they start going back down, that's okay, roll them back over. You should be doing 5 seconds to start, maybe 10, but if you find that your baby can do 5, next time challenge them for 7 seconds. But once you see that they're getting tired and they fall back down, they're a little tired, roll them onto their back. You continue to do this, and the reason why this is so helpful is because as you continue to do tummy time with your baby, you're helping them reach their other motor milestone, their developmental milestone, which is, can they start eating purees and solid foods? That's what the pediatrician's looking for at the 4-month visit. If your baby can hold their neck up on their own without support, then they can start solids. But if your baby's still floppy necked at 4 months, no problem, then they're just gonna wait until the 6th-month visit to start purees and solids. But you wanna give your baby a leg up. We want them to start feeding as soon as possible. Yeah, get them ahead of the curve to help them be successful. We actually don't recommend screen time for babies under the age of 2 years old, and even between the ages of 2 and 5 and beyond, it's a maximum of 1 to 2 hours a day. The only exception we make is FaceTime or some video chat service because, again, someone's talking to and trying to communicate with them. This is why we don't like screens and TV shows, because it's usually just the person, just like we're doing right now, how are you feeling? The person is performing and only talking one direction. But I try to stop sometime and prompt you all with some questions like, how are you feeling today? Well, I'm glad you're here with me. That kind of stuff is okay, but we still recommend less than 1 hour. And maybe another show that's coming out soon, but I can't really talk about it right now, but maybe sponsored by you-know-who. It's gonna be so fun. Yeah, it's a show that's in the works and coming very soon, so please make sure to like and subscribe to follow for more for that. Even though we don't recommend screen use, we don't judge families. We understand that everyone has different limitations and resources, but we just like to give you the information so you can make an informed decision. Similarly, when it comes to informed decisions about toys, not all toys are created equal. I'm gonna link some down below that I love. We like to promote, or I like to promote, the Montessori toys. They are sensory toys. We want our babies to learn and acquire acquire skills while also playing. It's not just goo goo gaga and mud everywhere. We like to have them try and unlock buckles or to stack toys or understand shapes and dimensions. All those different things are wonderful, and we sort of lost that with the invention of technology and screens. So I'm linking some down below just for you to get a sense if you want to purchase some for your baby. But toys that help encourage the brain's growth and development and learning. And another thing that's going to help their brain develop and grow is skin to skin. Now, I know a lot of mothers know about skin to skin, but actually fathers are supposed to be doing skin to skin too. It is so rewarding for the baby and for the parents, and I'll tell you why. Skin to skin helps the baby regulate their own temperature, their breathing rate, their heart rate, their glucose level. It boosts their brain's development. It helps you connect better as a family unit. It improves the baby's sleep, and it also boosts immunity by transferring the good bacteria, the skin flora, to the baby, and helps improve their immunity. I'm going to list all the wonderful benefits of skin to skin on the side while I tell you a beautiful story. I mean, it just happens so much. There are mothers who are like, yeah, I did skin to skin, and I look at the father, I'm like, have you done it yet? And they're like, oh no. And then I say, well, it's so healthy for the baby for you to do skin to skin whenever you want to. Would you like to do it now? And they're just like, yeah, sure. And then they go and they do skin to skin. They like start tearing as they're holding their baby. And I think we've often divorced fathers. Wow. That, no pun intended, from the care of the infant. And I think we need to remember that it's a whole family unit. So I hope that this video was helpful, and similarly, you like it, subscribe it, and share it with that loved one. Share it with your partner. Share it with someone who's going to be helping you take care of that baby. And if you want to find out exactly what your baby's body looks like and what we're doing when we do our first physical exam, and the next video, we're going to talk about exactly what the pediatrician is looking for when they do your baby's first newborn exam. I'm going to tell you and walk you through exactly how to do the exam with us right here in this video, and I'll see you there. Thanks for watching. See you there.